Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to May 1st, Sunday night's TNS Hangout. I'm super excited to have you with us this evening, along with a ton of guest panelists I have on with me, Miss Cindy Bloom, Miss Dee Powell, also Jenny Weeks, and Jolene. I can't ever say her last name right. Jolene, you want to pop out and say your last name for me?
Jolene Cortenhorn. It's
Cortenhorn. Cortenhorn. All right, I got to get that down. So I'm super excited to have this panelist of ladies with me tonight. I'm going to pop over here on my other laptop and make sure that we're live and that you guys can see me and see us. Let's see here if we're showing. Right, Jolene, you want to pop out? There we are. Yep, we're showing. Cool. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the comment section. Maddie D's on. Hey, what's going on, Matt? We've got Jim Schwan on. So glad to have you guys here with us tonight. So before we get started, I really want to first thank everyone who had signed up to come watch this last week. I know that we made you wait an extra week. I apologize. My son was really sick, and I was in the emergency room for 8.5 hours. So I'm sorry you had to wait an extra week. But you know what? What a fantastic way to start off the month of May, right? It is May 1st. Can't believe how fast this year's flying by. But tonight we're talking about something really exciting. And it might be kind of scary for you if you've never done it before, because that's the way it was for me when I first got started, you know, in the industry, and it was like, oh, what's a blog, right? I had no idea what I was doing, what it was, and, you know, anything new, anything different is kind of scary because you don't know what you're doing, right? So we're excited to be coming to you tonight talking about blogging, all right? Every single person, including myself, on this panel has a blog, lists fantastic things on our blog, and really has different thoughts and ideas on how we each use our blog to have success with what we do for a living, right? So we want to share with you just the simple things, right? And if you notice the event that you were invited to, there was a list of questions. So I'm just going to kind of read those questions. What is a blog? Why it's important, why you should do it. What if you don't own your own business? Do you still need to have a blog? How exactly do you blog? How do I get it seen online? Does the platform that I use matter? I'm not technically inclined, so how do I build this thing? The benefits of using a blog versus just using social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, things like that. And monetizing your blog with things that you sell, like through eBay or Amazon and things like that. So those are the things that we have listed that we're going to go over this evening. If you have any other questions about blogging that you would like to ask, please, I'm going to be keeping my eye, and the panelists are going to be keeping their eye as well on the chat section. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you. Thanks, Matt. Hello, Carrie. So glad you're on tonight. So if you have anything that you would like to add or ask or anything like that, please put it in the comment section out there, and we'll be happy to get your questions answered. I'm still feeling kind of under the weather, so it's like my hearing's kind of messed up, but when I talk, it's like I'm hearing from far, far away. So hopefully my voice and my hearing will last throughout this whole call, but we're excited to be here. So the first thing I want to share is I have this shirt on, right? And I wore this shirt on purpose. It says, I have a blogging habit, okay? And you can see that the word habit has dots. Like we made it, what's it called, an acronym, okay? And the reason I wore it is because I want to ask you something. When you think about a habit, what do you think about? Do you think about a habit being something good or something bad? Most of the time when people have a habit, they're like, oh, I have a bad habit. I have a smoking habit. I have a drinking habit. Hey, Barb, what's going on? You know, I have this habit or that habit. So habit is something that's associated, you know, generally with something that's bad. But we love blogging so much that we came up with an acronym about blogging habit. And what it means is highly effective blogging inspires transformation, right? Highly effective blogging inspires transformation. With that said, I'll show you the back of the shirt. And highly effective blogging inspires transformation, and it's the habit worth keeping, okay? It's the habit worth keeping because it is so powerful. Your blog is your home on the internet, and once you learn how to do it, it's really fun. So what is a blog? It's really you just sharing your thoughts your ideas, your stories, your opinions, things you've done, experiences you've had, things you're interested in, so on and so forth. Why it's important and why you should do it? Well, it allows you to connect with people, right? It allows you to get out there. In this day and age, how often are you out and about anywhere and you see someone with, I don't even know where mine's at, but their phone in their hand, right? Or looking down at something on the internet. I mean, that's really everything. People don't really conversate much anymore when they're together. Someone always has a tablet or an iPad or phone or whatever, and they're surfing the internet. So this is your way to get out there, right? This is your way to communicate with other people and to share things. People ask, what if I don't own my own business? Do I still need to have a blog? Absolutely, because I'm pretty sure that most everyone has a hobby, right? And I want to pass it over to Jolene with that, because Jolene has some amazing hobbies, and I would like for her to pop out really quick and share how blogging has helped her and allowed her to really have fun and get out there with her hobbies and what she's doing. So Jolene, will you pop on out for me?
Hello. Hey guys. Woo! I'm excited. I'm excited about this one because this is like right up my alley. So I got a couple of different things that I've been really bringing it all into. What I first I started blogging about places that I like to travel to, and if anybody actually knows me, I don't go anywhere. You know, I mean, I did not go anywhere. But when I moved to La Crosse and made that huge jump to just say, okay, I quit both my jobs, I'm moving to my granddaughter, you know, that's it, we're done, I'm out of there. I started traveling a lot, and my first airplane ride alone and driving all the way, you know, like 300 miles one way and stuff like that. So I started blogging about that and taking pictures and things like that. Then I thought, okay, well, that's kind of cool and everything. Then I started blogging about spending time with my granddaughter, because that's why I moved. That's why I quit both my jobs. That's why I work online at home. So I started making little videos and cute things of being able to spend any time I want with her, you know, to the park, to this, to that, rainy days, not rainy days. I don't even have to worry about taking time off or vacations. Just, I can do this. So I wanted to share that, because that's amazing to be able to be with your granddaughter instead of having to travel and always wait the days, and save your money. And then my third, just kind of like light bulbs out right of my head, I do cooking videos. Simple, very, very simple cooking videos, because I feel that you want to put this all together, but you don't want to spend 3 hours in the kitchen doing this. You want to be able to throw it together, make it together, do, you know, like a crock pot, whatever, put it there, and then be able to eat with your family and then get on with everything instead of 3 hours in there. So I have 3 things that I hook up in different directions and all put them on my blog. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it is. That's absolutely amazing. And once you really get into it, as you can see, Jolene's super excited about it because it's fun, right? It's fun. It's fun to be able to put your stuff out there, what you're doing, sharing, you know, what you feel, really what you're passionate about, and then seeing other people's reaction, like comments, and then people share it, of course, because, you know, every blog has those social sharing buttons where someone can, you know, connect to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and share your stuff, right? That's like advertising for you, so it's super amazing. But basically, I kind of want to roll into here how blogging is different and more effective than just using social media, right? Because first of all, when I first got started in blogging, I didn't know obviously what it was, and you know, my team actually really helped me. They were like, you know, what you do on Facebook is blogging, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you know, the post that you put on Facebook when you share gratitude, or, you know, you share, you know, that you went out to dinner somewhere and you shared your experience about it, or how you have, you know, this do-it-yourself trick, you know, how you get hard water stains off your faucets and stuff like that. That's a blog, but you're just doing it on Facebook. So literally, if you just put it on a blog get it out there, more people will see it. And I was like, oh, light bulb, right? So I learned that from my team. So it's really simple, and the thing is, if you're just sharing your experiences, your passions, your hobbies, whatever, things like that on social media, it's very difficult for people to find that. It's very difficult for people to find you, because here's the question: where does everyone go when they have a question? As Cindy just said it, google.com. If you want to know why the sky's blue, you go to google.com, or you put that little microphone on your smartphone and you say, why is the sky blue? And all of a sudden Google will come up and say, according to Wikipedia, the sky, you know what I mean? Like, people go to google.com to find out information. If you have a blog where you share your thoughts, your ideas, your hobbies, your opinions, your business, whatever the case may be, and people go to Google and ask a question about something that you happen to blog about, then guess what? Boom. Your goal and your excitement is about getting listed on that front page of Google, because there are pages and pages and pages of content that comes up when you ask a question on Google. But answer this: how many pages do you really scroll through? Not really more than the first one, and maybe sometimes you do. I honestly probably have only gone to the second page of Google. I really don't go any further than that. But you want your stuff to be on the front page. That's exciting. That means people, millions, hundreds, thousands, millions of people are seeing your stuff, right? Seeing your stuff. So that's why you would want to have it in a blog format, and then you can share your blog, guess what? On your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, things like that. So I want to have Jenny hop out here and share about her blogging and what it's done for her and her business through Twitter, because she has a few blogs and she shares the different things that she does for her business online and off on her blogs, and it's been really beneficial. She can share some stories about the success and how she's actually ended up in newspapers, I believe in Scotland, is that correct? As well as on television.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, the blog, what's awesome is that it's known, okay, it's on Twitter and Facebook and all of that, but the blog allowed me to show that I'm an expert at what I do, that it established me. So it's now people are like, okay, she's got these posts and people are commenting, so there must be something to her. And then along with the blog, I was able to have a page just of testimonials. So now, with this one blog, I've been able to add testimonial after testimonial, so people see that. That blog page is everywhere all over the internet. And it'll be up there as long as I keep that blog open. It's there. I never have to do it again, just keep adding testimonials. Okay, so because of that, I'm able to share that. And I'll put it on there. Ooh, another testimonial. I'm so happy. And I'll put it out there, and it'll go all over Facebook and Google, etc., and Google Plus and LinkedIn. So I've got all of those going on, and then people are sharing. So just by having this, and then what do they do with the blog? Ooh, what does she have to say this week? What does she have to say today? And I'm an expert. Quote, build my business. It's brought me client after client after client, referrals. I'm out there, and then combined having the YouTube video on a blog post, it's the same thing out there. So that was one thing. Then with my hobbies, the other things that I'm interested in, I can tie that into, okay, that establishes me, okay, so, but now she has these other hobbies. So I have a couple of, and people know I want to help save the planet. People know that I'm into vegetarian options and things like that. So they know it goes along with what I do as far as animals and the work that I do. So it's out there, and they'll find different things. So the blog has helped me brand myself, not only for what I do. Oh, she does that. She's all over. She must know what she's talking about, and that then establishes. Um, I actually spoke with a client earlier. I was in a circle that she knew people, but YouTube video, and then she was able to. Well, she didn't mention the blog, but I've had people talk about the blogs, and that's the important to the YouTube video, and they get to know me, and they get to know I'm real, and so that's what you want. Whatever it is, whether it's your hobby or you're selling something, people have to trust you. It's like typing in, the crazy cat lady down the street. The blog allows you to be number one. You can be the top crazy cat lady. Not that I know anybody or have ever been one, but it's the point. So I think everybody does need a blog. You really do. And it's your presence, and it makes the world so much smaller. I have my clients in Scotland. I have clients in Canada, all because of it's my home base, and I use it also as my website. I just go to my blog. So I've had wonderful success with it, and I will never be without. I've been blogging for several years, and I've met some awesome people because of that, and my world, and my fame, my reputation. So I'm all for it. You gotta have one.
Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you sharing that. And here's another thing. When you share your blog, and here's the thing. Like, say Facebook's your platform, right? I'm a Facebook girl too. I don't do a whole lot with Twitter, Instagram, things like that. Facebook's my thing, but not everybody likes Facebook. A lot of people like Twitter or Instagram, right? So if you're just using one social media platform, you're really leaving money on the table. You're really cutting yourself short. Here's another thing. When you post on any social media site, generally, how many links would you post with your post? One, right? Because you don't want to say, okay, boom, 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 go here to access this. Oh, but if you want to see other stuff I do, go to this link. If you put too many links in social media, then you're confusing people, right? Well, how about this? When you create a blog, you can create pages that connect to that blog, because at the top of a blog there are menu buttons, all right? There's a bunch of tabs, and you can put my products. So if you have, if you knit something or crochet something or sew something, under your My Products tab, it could, you could have check out my knitting, right? If you do coaching, you could say check out my coaching here, right? You want to join my MLSP team, check that out here, right? Also, if you go to someone's blog, on the side panels and on the bottom, you see all these advertisements and stuff. You can customize that and put your stuff there too, with pictures, testimonials, things like that. So it allows, it's like the one-stop deal, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a lot of people shop at Walmart or Target, right? Because you could go just to your local grocery store to get groceries, but a Walmart and a Target has groceries and everything else that you might need for your home too. Clothes, houseware, stuff like that. So your blog is kind of like that. It is a home base where you can go to, and you can send people to get everything they need from you. You can talk about, you have a bio page where you talk about who you are, why you're doing what you do, why you love it, right? And then your main things, categories where you share, like Jolene was talking about how, she spends time with her granddaughter, and, she can have a category for that. I don't know what her categories are, but I'm just making, showing an example. Do-it-yourself tips, tricks, you can have a category for that. So yes, you can target one market if you like, but you can have a bunch of different categories as well. You can have a motivational, inspirational category. I have one of those, right? You can have home business category. You can have prayer, scripture category, whatever it is, entertainment that you want to share about. You can put everything on just one local page, right? And then if you really want people to connect to your social media, they can do that from your blog. Any social media sites that you have or that you frequent, they can click on it from there, okay? So that being said, I want to bring Cindy out to talk about some things that she's really, really good at. I'm sure she has some stories too, but Cindy, can you share why the platform that you use matters, right? Because anyone can just go build a blog anywhere, but there's a reason why you should use certain types of platforms when it comes to blogging. And also, for people who aren't technically inclined, how do they build it, right? Why does the platform matter? Why is MLSP literally the go-to platform for people who want to blog, besides the fact that it's included in your MLSP monthly fee, right? But let's talk about, and you're really good too, technically, as far as getting seen, search engine optimization and things like that, which I'll share on too, but I really want you to delve into that because that's your deal. You're really great at that and you get really excited about that. So if you could come on out and share about the importance of platform, the easiness of actually building through MLSP, and how people see your stuff, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely, and you are so right because blogging gets me like revved up, ladies. So I'm really, pumped to talk about blogging. And before I actually tell you how simple blogging is, I just want to tell you a very quick, short story of when I realized the power of blogging. When I got started online, I got started and people kept asking me, well, they would see me do something and they'd be saying to me, how did you make that image? And I'd be like, oh, hold on, let me make a video. And I would make a video and I'd put it out there, and then I'd I was supposed to be blogging, so I'd stick it on a blog, okay, and whatnot. I was like literally blown away when people found me online, and I like really didn't realize the power of a blog at that time. And people were literally friending me and sending me requests, be like, "Thank you for that great video. I never knew how to make, how to make a JPEG image, from a PowerPoint." Just basic things that I was learning. And it was then that I actually really dove into the whole optimizing and getting found on the first page. I had already done it, but I was like, oh my God, well, this is really powerful. Now I have to do it, like on every single page, every single blog post. And I was able to do it, and blogging has made my internet experience very, very powerful. With that being said, I have gone and tried to create my own blog, and I have the capabilities, I have the skill. And let me preface, everybody's like, what is a blog? Basically, a blog is a website, okay, because so many websites are built on what we use, what's called a WordPress. Some of you may have heard of WordPress, a WordPress blog. And when you get a WordPress blog, you kind of are left to yourself. You're just, all of a sudden you have this blog and you really know nothing. You don't know what it is, what you're supposed to do, but you have this WordPress thing on there. So the first thing I'm going to say is with MLSP, you get your whole WordPress site, but you have this incredible library and training that tells you step by step exactly what each piece of the blog, and training like I have never seen. What is a blog? They tell you exactly the steps to take to create your blog. And I gotta tell you, there's maybe 4 steps when you create a blog within a system like MLSP. They have made it super, super simple, and they have taken all the SEO, okay, and everybody's like, what is SEO? SEO is called search engine optimization, something so many people like jump away from, they get scared, whatever. When you're using a platform like MLSP, the SEO has been built in for you. We have the master of masters in terms of SEO guys, and I have personally met the guy. Rob Four is his name, and he has gone in, and his blogs are on the first page. Just about every blog he writes is on the first page of Google, and he has used his skills, and he has optimized all of our blogs. So right when you get an MLSP blog, you are optimized and ready to go and ready to be found in the search engines faster than just, there is no comparison right there. You have a huge thing. The other thing I'm going to say is when you go and do a WordPress, you get basic themes with your WordPress. WordPress comes with a bunch of basic themes, and you can get started, and you can get a WordPress site up, like I said, without having MLSP. but some people want, a lot of people want it to be a little bit more, different images, different layouts, different, organization of your website. MLSP, because they have so much experience with blogging, they went out there and researched the best themes that normally, if you were just going to have a WordPress site, you would have to go out and purchase these themes extra, and they're already included. And they also, for those of you who are familiar or not familiar with blogs, and on the side, Laura spoke a little bit about the things that you see on the side of a blog or advertisements you may see on the side of a website. Those are what we call widgets. And MLSP has, they have gone through and singled out the best widgets for us, because when you go to WordPress and you look up, you want to figure out how to, let's say, post your Facebook page on your blog, and you do a search, there's 50 of them. MLSP has already gone through for you, and they've picked out the best one. You don't have to worry about downloading one that's going to give you a virus, downloading one that's going to explode or, ruin your blog. So many horror stories. MLSP has you covered in not only your themes, because they have some incredible themes that they have paid for that you don't have to pay additionally for. And I actually use them, and I know, because I had to actually, before MLSP came out with a lot of these updates and blogs, I actually purchased this for a client, some of the themes that are within there. So they do cost, they're in there, and the widgets are in there, and the steps to get started are literally 1, 2, 3, and you're set, ready to optimize, and you have a guide. Step-by-step guide to take you. Any questions you have, any steps you have. Besides, I'm not even going to mention the community we have. And if you haven't heard anything, you put a question in the community and you say, I don't know how. Very first day, I said, hey, I'm really good at blogging, but I can't figure out how to put my video in here. And of course, the reason why I couldn't was because I was doing it the old-fashioned way, where I had to go and get a big, hard, confusing embed code and whatever. And they're like, Cindy, on our website, it's very different. It's much easier. You just have to do this and this. And it was answered in I don't know, literally 30 seconds. And I not kid you not. So I could go on, Laura, about the pluses of MLSP, but I don't know how much you want me to go on and how much more you want me to say, but I absolutely love it, and I have got to tell you that since blogging on it, my blogs have been ranked much easier than everything. They have everything within there. You want to know. If you start getting detailed and really into it, they'll give you a score of, tell you how to get found. They'll say, hey, you don't have a word that's bold in your thing. You're like, oh, okay, I better go do that. And it's like a game for me. It's kind of like a video game. Ooh, I didn't do that. I got to go do that. And woo, I'm going to get the score high. I'm going to get all those green things, and I'm going to be on Google. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing all that. I knew you'd be killer at that topic because you are really, you're all over it when it comes to that stuff, and it really excites you. So I wanted you to share on that. Yeah, it is fun because, I'll post a blog and then go sign out of my Google so I can then go to, I'll be signed out so it doesn't bring up my own stuff, and then I'll go and look it up to see how fast it ranks, right? I think the fastest I've ever ranked a blog on front page Google #1 is 44 seconds. So it's crazy fun. It's crazy cool. It's a lot of fun once you get started, but it's such a scary topic, and that's why I wanted to talk about it tonight. Because some people who don't know what it is or understand how to do it or how to get started in it, just we tend to procrastinate against things that we don't get. You know what I mean? So we're here to dispel the fear of blogging. It's a lot of fun. And did you want to add something, Cindy? Go ahead.
You caught my finger going, wait, okay. So I just like when I started blogging and I had people, asking me, like, what should I blog about? And I have to ask you guys and just say, how many of you on social media see an article and you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to share this article, and put it on my Facebook. Well, you know what? You could take that same article, write a little blog post about why you're sharing it, and then send that out to everybody. And with that, you're sending out not only the value of the article that you're seeing, but you're also sending out everything else, your social media links, if you have a business opportunity, if you don't have a business opportunity, it's a great way to, I believe, in networking and social networking, and it's a great way to connect with people who have the same interests and whatnot. So people say, what do you blog about? Well, everybody shares something. They find a cute video. They find a cute picture. You see a cute quote or a great quote that resonates with you. Well, I would tell my team when they got started and they didn't know, what to do about blog. I said, stop sharing those on Facebook. Take them, put them in a collection, share them on your blog. And it was like, boom.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to just find these pictures? I work at home and I find all these pictures and I'm, writing them in a blog post, and, this is how I make, this is how I work. This is what I do. I share things with people I, like, want to find out more.
Awesome. Yep, absolutely, sharing content. And I see Jenny has unmuted herself. Jenny, did you want to add something?
Yes, actually, it goes back to what Cindy said earlier about the templates, and this is important because this is something that I experienced with my first blog. I used a free blog, and there were only basic templates that looked like everybody else's, and nothing really resonated with me that I wanted for my own thing. And as I got into blogging more and more, it was very frustrating because I wanted it to be able to do things that with this paid blog, it's not paid, but you know what I mean. You can do more with it, and it's all set up for you, and it does look much more professional. But as you get used to it, it's going to really become your own, and that's what brings people to you. So I was writing about my blog and lessons I learned from my dog. So I just wanted to add that because you will want to do that more and more. It's going to be more and more your own because it's your home on the internet. That's all.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what MLS is. It's attraction marketing, and that means branding you for who you are, what you're doing, and what you're passionate about, and what you love. So appreciate you, Jenny. Would you mind muting your mic? I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So I want to bring out Dee here for a few minutes and share some things that she uses the blog for, right? Because if you're an affiliate marketer, okay, let's say you have your own business that you already do, and you're looking to get that out there, right? If you're just marketing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of the social media sites that I talked about, we already established that most people just put one link with whatever post that they put up on any of those social media sites. But with a blog, we've discussed about how you can have different categories, and you can have a menu tabs, that says about me, what I do, and then that creates pages and shares all the different things that you do. Whether you're in an MLM, if you sell T-shirts, whatever it is that you do that you're passionate about. If you have a hobby and you sell items, and so Dee can pop out and share how she's used the blog to do that as well.
Hi, thank you, Laura. I've used the blog to basically do like product reviews of different products that I have for sale, and so basically you just go and you do a little write-up about the product and what it is and what it does, and so like if you are in an MLM, say you're selling that It Works, the wrap thing, they have a bunch of different products. You could go in there and you could write up a review about each product and have a page for each one of their products with a little review. And you can have like testimonials of people on there that have, maybe used it or what have you. But, and then you can put that out on your blog. And, you know, with the SEO and everything, you know, people are going to be searching for that stuff, and it's going to show up, and then they're going to click on your links instead, you know. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just for, you know, people, you know, MLSP helps people in MLMs. Well, this is something that you can help people, anybody that you know, and show them how a blog is, you know, would benefit their business, whatever their business is. You know, I sell T-shirts. You know, I can take every different shirt that I have and make a page for those shirts, and you know, do a little write up, you know, on that and put that out there. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can use the blog to, you know, get yourself seen and get your product seen. And, you know, without having to advertise, without having to spend money advertising. And that's the biggest thing, because it costs a lot of money to, you know, advertise on Facebook to sell different things. And, you know, so this is a way that people are going to be, you just have to put some keywords in there, you know, that people are going to, you know, you think, well, what are people going to look for? So you just put those little keywords in there. And, you know, what would I you know, what words would I search for this item for, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, there's different ways that you can come up with them, but it really is very helpful. And, you know, like they say, if you don't have a blog, you know, you don't have a home on the internet, you know. So really, no matter whether it's MLSP, whether it's, you know, any MLM, you know, you need a blog, because you really need a way to get your message out there and brand yourself. So
awesome. Thanks for jumping out and sharing that, Dee. Appreciate
You're
you. Absolutely. So I want to touch on something that Cindy brought up a little bit ago too, that I hadn't had on my little list, but I want to add to it, which is sharing other people's stuff. You know, I've been in this industry for almost 4 years, and you know, people come onto my team, and I'm on their Facebook, you know, because Facebook is my platform of choice, and I see them sharing stuff. And let me ask you something: do you see stuff on the internet that you love all the time, but like you either see it because you've researched, you know, like you went to Google and asked to look for something, and it came up, and it's an article you loved, or you saw it on Facebook that someone else shared, so you clicked on it, and it actually took you to the article, right? So I will see people sharing from Facebook. They're like, oh, that was a great article, so they'll click share, and they share it, but they're sharing other people's stuff, right? Which, yes, it's good to share other people's stuff, don't get me wrong, but you're literally advertising for someone else when you share that way. Does that make sense? So, like, if Jane Doe wrote a blog or an article, and you're just like, and you see that on Facebook, and you just share, whatever Jane Doe is selling on her blog, on that page or whatever, all her pages, you're literally advertising. So that's what Cindy was talking about. Really, you can, if you find something that you love or that you see or an article that you like, instead of just clicking share from within Facebook, write a blog about it, you know, write a platform, on the platform, write a blog about your thoughts and feelings about it, and you can backlink to it, right? So you obviously give credit where credit is due. You're not stealing anything. But it's really about putting stuff that you have a thought process and an idea and an opinion on your own blogging platform, right? And then it can still link back to it. So that way, when people are reading things that you're also interested in, you're really advertising you. You know what I mean? Because you have your tabs up there and your advertisements around your blog and stuff too. So I wanted to add that as well. And for those of you who might already be blogging or already have a blogging platform, how well is it working for you? You know what I mean? Are you ranking front page Google? Are you having a lot of success? Are you having search engine optimization issues? Well, here's a really quick news flash. If you have a blog already and you're not getting the results that you want, it's really easy just to transfer your blog to MLSP. There's an import button, and you just click it, and it just moves everything over, right? So that's pretty easy and quick and simple as well. So I love that. Now, I will say about blogging, you have to have some consistency, right? One of my favorite people that I follow passionately is Greg Higdon. And, you know, I'm on his list, and he sends out emails every single morning, and he is a consistent blogger. He blogs every single day, you know. So it's really about sharing what's on your mind and what's in your heart, you know, and things that interest you. And another thing that I do, I'm sure everybody probably knows that at the top of your computer, like in your browser bar, if you see something that you like on the internet, there's like a little heart or a star that you can click at the end of your browser bar. Does everybody know what I'm talking about, right? Make sure you guys are putting some stuff in the comments over here so I know you're with me if you have any questions, right? So if you do that, I will see articles all the time that I am interested in, that I like, man, I have my 2 cents on that. I have a thought or an opinion about that, right? And I will click that, and it's called bookmarking. And I will bookmark it. And I literally created a folder on my computer that says blog articles. And I will save anything that I'm interested in sharing about, writing about, blogging about in that folder. So when I actually go to sit down and write a blog, if I'm at a blank right then and there, if I'm at a block and I can't think of anything to blog about, guess what? I can just go to that folder, blog articles, where I've added articles that I found on the internet, you know, multiple places, whatever, and I can go back through there and be like, oh yeah, I remember that, you know, I want to blog about that. So that's a good place to pull ideas from as well. And Miss Jolene, I got to share this because this was so funny. The other day she was going through her MLSP back office. I see her blushing. Look at her. She's like, no, don't say it. She sent me a message. She's like, oh my goodness, I just found a gold mine. She said, did I really find a spot where there are all these things already written for you? Like, if you don't know what to blog about, like, it's already done. It's already put together. You can literally make it your own. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't know that was there? And she's like, oh my gosh, my blog is about to explode with content. Because literally, check it out, guys, MLSP, one of the amazing features in the back office is there's a tab of websites. And there's system campaigns and product campaigns and all this, and all the links are already done for you. You can literally swipe copy and just literally put it on your blog and share it, and it's value, it's content. You know, people, it's like they were saying a second ago, you don't want people, you don't want to have to run after people. It's nice to have people come to you. So when they go to Google and search for something they are interested in, how awesome and badass is it if your stuff pops up, right? They're literally coming to you instead of having to spend money on advertising. So by providing value and content to people through your blog, they're coming to you and they're getting what they're looking for. They're getting what they need. And by sharing your blog through the MLSP platform, they learn how they can also do the same and get leads and how to brand themselves so people come to them for whatever they do, their hobby or their MLM or whatever the case may be, right? So you have all these system campaigns that are built for you, but another thing is, you know, like I said, consistency. Well, sometimes that word scares people because they're like, well, what if I can't consistently think about something to blog about every single day? Or what if I'm really busy and I don't have time to sit down and pop out a blog, right? Guess what? MLSP has a blog of its own, and literally all you have to do is pick any of the blogs that they have already written and put !ID equals with your MLSP username at the end of it, boom, share, right? You can literally sign in, use that as your blog because it's coded to you when you put your username at the end of it, and you can just email out to your list and your newsletter and just say, hey, you know, sharing this blog today, it's a powerful blog that, you know, XYZ person wrote, whoever wrote it, and shared it on the MLSP platform blog, and do it that way. So you literally don't have to create content every day if you don't want to. There's stuff that's done for you and built in by using the MLSP site's blogging platform. So I absolutely love that. And Jolene, if you want to pop out and share how excited you were when you found that a couple days ago, I'd love to have you do that because that was just so funny. That was just too funny. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, yeah. So I knew about the one section, you know, and which has what, 15 to 12 links for you to use. That section I knew. So I was just snooping around, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, well, I haven't been here. So I clicked on that, and this drop-down box came, and I scrolled up, and I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm up like 12, 15, 16. I was like, whoa, okay. So let's see what the next place has, you know. So I clicked on that, and again, this whole list. I mean, just like links and swipes, and and I'm like, you know. So I went to the other thing too, and more came down. I was like, oh my God, no way. So I texted Laura, and I was like, okay, don't laugh, but I think I found a gold mine. You know, I'm like, holy crap, I'll be busy for the next 90 days. You know, like seriously, every single day I could put something completely new on my blog, worth value, informational, kick butt, done for me. I mean, like 3-4 clicks, done, blog, it's out there. And it's informational, and it's not worthless. It's helpful. You read it, you do it, you implement, and whatever platform you're using, it's going to just skyrocket what you're using, you know? So I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm like, holy cow. So she's like, oh, you're so silly. And I'm like, you have no idea, you know? But I was really excited. So like for the next literally 90 days, plus my newsletter, plus being a Nana with Kennedy, you know, I love blogging. It's easy. At first it's a little weird because yes, your personal stuff, what you put on there, will be out on the internet. But I call it my internet diary. You know, so the biggest thing was always write things in your little diary and lock it up, throw it under your pillow. Yeah, they're private. Those you don't really have to share. But those really private things that you struggle with or like or write down, they're inspirational, you should share. Because it's going to make someone else's life go, oh, she does that too? She feels like that too? You know, and then somebody else will be, I can do what she does now too, because if she can, so can I. And that, yeah, so I'm so excited about my little spot, big spot I found, you know.
Awesome, yeah, thank you. That was super cute. When that happened the other day, I was like, you just now seeing that girl, right? It's just there's so much content back there in MLSP for you. So yeah, I think Cindy wants to hop on too before I start talking to you. Go ahead, Cindy.
All right, I want to, I get so excited. First of all, she is so cute. I mean, like the excitement in her face, it says it all. It's like you go back into the back office like a kid in a candy store. But that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is I often get the question when I'm speaking to people, and they'll say, why do I need a blog if I already have a website? So I don't know if you ever get that question, and I just thought I would kind of shoot out an answer because it's really important that people know this, even especially business owners. And they're like, yeah, I already have a website. Well, you know what? You need a blog. A website is just not enough, and I'll tell you why. The reason why is a website is basically static, meaning it doesn't change. You have your basic storefront with, you know, maybe your hours of your business, maybe some of your products, but nothing changes, okay? Google is a hungry monster. It likes to search the internet for new food and new information and new things. And on a static website, Google's gonna kind of pass over you because it's static. So if you have, like, I don't know, just thinking of a bike shop, okay, and you just have your hours on there, but you're not, you know, blogging about this great new bike that came in, that's the lightest bike ever, that can help you, I don't know, you know, go as fast as you can and burn the most calories, whatever the bikers would want to know. But that would draw more traction to their business than just having a website, because Google will be searching for new information and it crawls the webs. And when you're posting blogs, you're feeding it information. You're like, and it likes the new information, and that's what it like would regurgitate out in, you know, rather than a static place. So I just wanted to, you know, bring that up. But I also want to remind everybody that most websites are built on the same platform that a blog is used on, and that is WordPress. So a website, a blog, we're talking WordPress based, and whatever you're doing, you need to have a blog as part of it. Period. End of story.
That's right. That's such a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, because it's like you said, I mean, Google is going to stop, like, if you stop, doing something on your page, on your blog, like if you don't blog for, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, Google is going to stop crawling it, going to stop looking at it because you're not doing anything. And so if you have a static website that never changes, you never have to do anything to it, it's going to stop getting seen, right? And I think that's the point Cindy was trying to make. With a blog, if you're consistent and you put something up every day, even if, like I said, you can't think of something to write about, but, you want to use one of the MLSP blogs and, put it up there and say, hey, here's my thoughts on this, check out this blog, whatever. You're putting content out there, you're doing something, right? So that's going to keep Google looking at your stuff and crawling your stuff. And, I want to share too, and Jolene was talking about this, about, using your blog as like your internet diary and things like that, and sharing your personal stuff. I'll share a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for just over 5 years now. And one of the things that I use my blog for is to share my story, right? And, I've been through a lot in my disease, including going to jail for drinking and driving. And that's a pretty personal thing, and you might be like, wow, I can't believe, you would share something like that. That's embarrassing. But here's the thing. We all have a choice in life. We can choose to be selfish and not share who we are and the things that we've been through and the experiences that we've had because we're afraid of, backlash or what people think about us or, all of those things. Or we can be selfless and we can share those experiences. And the reason is because there's someone out there right now going through exactly something that you've been through, and they feel alone, right? They feel like, man, there's nobody out there who's been through this. There's nobody who understands what I'm dealing with, personally, and things like that. So you don't know, but your voice is so powerful. It's so powerful, and there are people out there that need to hear and are searching to hear exactly what it is that you have to say, and no one will be able to affect them and help them the way that you can, because no one has your exact same story except for you, right? Like, you would be able to help people that I would never be able to help, and I can help people that you would never be able to help, because we all have different stories. But people, I mean, you can check it out and check out statistics and stuff. People are searching for stuff like that all the time. People who have, eating disorders or dealing with a sick family member, like cancer or Alzheimer's or things like that. So the things that you have experienced in your life, right, whether they be bad things or good things, you should talk about them. You should share them, because people are alone. People are seeking other people just like them, right? People are looking for hope and inspiration. And that really goes back to what I was talking about with the shirt. Highly effective blogging inspires transformation, because your voice has the power to change someone's life. And you know how you get your voice out there? Through a blog, right? Through a blog. Some people, like for me, one of the most powerful blogs I put out was about, drinking, about should I or should I not, right? And how to really figure out, if you're an alcoholic or not an alcoholic or whatever. And it has helped so many people. I have gotten comments, I've gotten private messages and asked to come speak to people and groups and things like that about my experience, right? Because it's been so powerful and so helpful. So you really, really, really have the ability to transform people's lives. So you might be sitting there thinking that what you think and what you have to say doesn't matter, but I can promise you everything that you have to say completely matters, and you could save someone's life, right? You have the ability to change someone's life. So I wanted to add that as well. And there was something else that I wanted to add. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, well, how exactly do you do it for yourself, right? And what if you don't own your own business? Do I still need to have a blog? Absolutely, because of what I just said. Sharing who you are, and your experiences and things like that is powerful and can change people's lives. Now, I do have a short story I want to share, because everybody else shared a little bit of a story. We were talking about something that you could blog about, is reviews, right? Well, I had done a review on a book a while ago, and I put the review up. It was a really good book, and I put the review up. Well, and I ranked like first 3 or 4 spots or something like that on Google for this review on this author's book. Next thing I know, in my blog, I had gotten a contact information message from my blog, and it was the author of the blog, or not the blog, the author of the book that I wrote the review on. And I was like, holy crap, the author of this book has just contacted me about her book that I wrote a blog about. And the funny thing is they contacted me because they were curious as to who I was, because I outranked her on her own book. So that goes to the power of blogging. Like, I literally outranked an author on her own book. So the author reached out to me and her husband, so on and so forth, and wanted to know who I was. And they thanked me for the review, of course, and things like that. So it turns out now that, and they live in Australia, that they are now publicists as well. They have their own publication company. And they actually reached out to me and asked me, I'm going to cover up my address here, but they asked me to do a review on another book that they didn't write, but that they're going to be publicizing for another author. So they were like, could we please send you a book for you to do a review on? I haven't opened it yet. Like I said, I'm going to cover up my address here, but I literally got in the mail from Australia another book that they want me to read and write a review on, right, on my blog. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful it is. And literally, of course, when I wrote the blog reviewing this lady's book in Australia, of course, I linked it to her book so people could go buy it if they wanted to, right? She's loving me because I'm advertising for her, and obviously I'm using a platform that has amazing search engine optimization because I'm ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever on Google front page when people search the book, right? So it benefits everyone. It's just an amazing thing to do. To have a blog is very powerful and allows you to say what's on your mind. Now, I know good and well everybody watching this call right now, whether it's live or replay, at some point in time has been like ecstatic about something because you loved it and you're like, man, I wish I could tell everybody about this, or angry about something because you had a bad experience and you're in the mirror like cussing at yourself, you know what I mean, and you want to share it. Like, you have those feelings of passion that you want to share what's on your mind, your 2 cents. Guess what? You do it in a blog. You do it in a blog. So that's really all I have to say about blogging. We've been on for about an hour, so I want to go through the panelists here and give them an opportunity to share their final thoughts on blogging, the importance of blogging, using the MLSP sites blog, which is included in your MLSP monthly subscription. And know also that whoever invited you to this call, right? Whoever invited you to this call, make sure you get back with them. Or you can click the link directly below this video or below the chat to get started inside of MLSP for $10, right? For 10-day test drive, and you will be connected with that person who invited you, all right? So let me go through the panelists here. Jillian, you want to pop on out and share your final thoughts on blogging, why it's important, why you should do it, how easy it is, how fun it is, and just to get in and get started.
Okay, so yeah, my final thoughts on blogging. Get one. It's amazing. I mean, like you said, any information that you want to share, you know, you want your personal opinion, put it out there because it's your little house. It's your little house. You can say, do, post, have, make whatever you want. You don't have to rent someone else's place and then say, here are the rules. You can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. Now, I do have a Facebook business page, but you got to be very careful on what you put on there, or you go to Facebook jail, and that's bad. But on the blog, you can say and put on whatever you want, you know, and then it'll get out there to help you. So, I am very, very, very grateful that I found this, because the 3 things that I do and I have started to do and I love can now be shared. And everybody that I hook up with is like, oh my God, tell me more. I got to learn more about this. And I'm like, here's the link. Work with me. Let's get your, life on the road. Let's start a new path for yourself. And they are so happy. And the community, like Cindy said, is just ridiculous. You put a question out there, and you're going to get it answered. You're going to get it answered a lot. You're going to get like, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. But, that's what it should be like, too. You shouldn't put an answer out there and not hear nothing from nobody. Because then you sit there and you think to yourself, really? Why am I here? That's what we're here for. Everyone has got your back. You got a question, somebody's going to help you.
Sharing that. Yeah, it is an amazing community, and having your blog, like you said, allows you to share whatever it is you want. There are no holds barred, right? No rules, no fear of getting in trouble. It's your thing, right? It's your thing, and it allows you to monetize whatever it is. If you just have a hobby, you know what I mean? Like you make things, sew things, whatever. It allows you to get it out there in a wider reach, in a wider span, because if you're just marketing your stuff on a social media platform, that could be a platform, like I said, that other people aren't using, you are literally leaving money on the table, because people can't find you if you're just on a social media platform, because they may not be on that, right? You need to be able to be found on Google. That's the real deal. If people want to know something, they don't go to Facebook.com and type up in the search bar, how do you do this, or whatever. That's not how it works. If people want to know something, they go to Google.com and type in, how do you do this, right? That's how you get found, which means you got to have a blog, right? And it's so easy and so much fun. So thanks for sharing, Jillian, and thanks for being on the panel. Appreciate you.
Laura, can I say one thing about that?
Yeah, and you go ahead and you can put your final thoughts out while you're unmuted too. That's great.
All right, cool. I just wanted to because it was one thing that I did not mention that's very powerful about the MLSP blog, and Jillian reminded me to say this. Now, there are rules, like she said, on social media, and on a blog you can put whatever you want. I'm going to preface that by saying on the MLSP blog. And the reason why I say this is a lot of people will go out there and they'll try and get the free blogs. There's a lot of free blogs out there. They don't let you put whatever you want. They have rules too, and you can get yours shut down. They don't want you to put a link. They don't want you to sell, if you are trying to do sell an affiliate product, if you are trying to sell, if you have some jewelry and they don't like that. So there is a huge benefit when you're blogging on a platform that really allows you to put whatever you want on there. So that's, and my other final thought is, somebody said this to me, and I don't know, maybe it was Dee, but I think maybe it came from you, Laura, but somebody once said, if you're on the internet at all and you don't have a website, you're homeless. And it's really true, because it's your space. And in this day and age, there may be some of you on here, I know it myself, it's like, I'm never going to use that social media. Well, I got into social media. Why? Because my kid came home and said, Mom, I want to get a Facebook account. And I said, oh. And the mom said, he can get a Facebook account as long as you get a Facebook account and you monitor it. That's how I got into social media. But so what I'm saying is, you may not think that you need a blog right now, but it's something that's evolving as time goes. It's something that everybody's going to have. It's your space online. Just like people thought you would never get on social media. Everybody's going to have a blog. Everybody's going to have a website. You might as well get started now. Jump on it. And if you really have no idea, listen. Blogging is a great opportunity right there to make that extra income. If you don't have that business or whatever, you can literally blog and create money online. So that's my 2 cents. Join us. Click the link below. And guys, I'm telling you, you're going to be really happy here.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Cindy. Appreciate you. Thanks for being on the panel tonight as well. I'm going to pop on over to Miss D. I think Jenny might have got booted off. We have some pretty bad storms going on over here on the East Coast. I don't know where everybody else is from. on this call, but she got booted. Hopefully she can hop back on to share her final thoughts. But let me turn it over to Dee to share your final thoughts on blogging, why you love it, why you do it, and why everyone else should click the link below to get started as well.
So yeah, I really do love blogging. Like Jolene, I also blog about my grandchildren, which is really a lot of fun. You know, I was able to blog. I took my granddaughter to this Barbie Dream House experience thing, and I was able to, you know, get video of her doing the fashion show where she actually got to do that, you know, and that was so exciting for me that I did a whole blog on it. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can blog about, and I really am very, very excited about the possibilities. And it's just a way to get yourself out there and get your, you know, get yourself branded and get yourself, you know, your products found in Google, you know. And if you don't have a blog, you really don't have a home on the internet. And like Cindy was saying, you know, the regular websites are static, you know. The content doesn't change. With a blog, your content can change daily, you know, so you're going to be found easier on the, you know, through the search engine. So yeah, it's just a really great way just to get your voice out there, you know. And there's so many different things. Let me tell you, you could even blog about you know, events that you're involved in. I know Laura did a lot when her daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies, and that was really cool. You know, the whole, you know, so I mean, there's so many different things that you can do, and you can use it to help your community, you know. So I think it's a really great, and the MLSP blog is so easy to set up. It's so easy, and you know, there's just instructions for every single thing that you need. And even somebody who's not techie can do it. You know, even a grandma can do it. So, I mean, you know, I mean, it's just so easy, and it's just really great. And I'm really grateful to be a part of the community. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Dee. Appreciate you. Yeah, it looks like Jenny's not back on. Yeah, like I said, we've had some pretty rough storms here on the East Coast, so hopefully she's all right, but she probably just lost internet or whatnot. So anyway, for me, just in closing, it's a whole new world, right? It's something brand new if you've never done it before. So like I said, I understand that it can be scary, but MLSP Sites makes it so not scary, right? It's very easy. You can get set up in just a few minutes. Everything is built in for you. There's how-tos on everything. And it's just you sharing, right? It's sharing what you're passionate about, you know, anything that you want to talk about, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun once you learn, you know, the power of it. You know, that you can get found, like the story that I shared, the stories that each panelist has shared about what they use it for. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, whether you own your own business online as an MLM or a coach or an affiliate marketer. Or whether you don't own any business at all and you just love hobbies, or whether you just want to share your thoughts and opinions and reviews on things, or whether you have a brick and mortar business. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, a blog is for you. Oh my gosh, that rhymed. That's pretty funny, right? So make sure that to get started blogging that you click the link below this video and below the chat so that you can get started for $10, $10 test drive for 10 days inside of MLSP with the person who invited you to this call, so that you can see just how simple, just how easy it is to get set up and to really get your blog going and learn how much fun it is, right? And like I said, if you can't think of content for a day or two or whatever, there's tons and tons of built-in content for you that you can share and that you can use, as Jolene so excitedly shared, right? So that's all I have to say on it. Now I noticed that Miss Jenny is back. So Jenny, if you're here, I'd like for you to come on out and share your final thoughts on blogging and why everyone should take advantage of the opportunity to get started blogging.
Can you guys hear me okay? I apologize. There's something going on with my internet connection. But can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay. Any better? Okay. Well, I'm here. Okay. Well, I have to tell you that blogging, as I said, if you don't have a blog now, you've got to get started. Whether you have a business, it will establish you as an expert. It will bring people to you. You've got to have that content every day. If you don't have a business, you can write about your passion. My first blog was about my dog, but it brought people to me. And then I became an affiliate marketer, and I was able to sell things from that blog. But either way, you have the power to change the world. You have the power to change your life just sitting at home and being a grandma like Jolene, or doing what I do, you know, and making a living at it and helping people. You have the power to do that. And it's so important to get started now. You've got everything at your fingertips. Get started for $10. Try it out. I mean, you know, you get started right away tonight, for crying out loud, and you'll see, and you'll start to have fun, and you'll enjoy it as well, and you'll have a better quality of life. Just, it's weird, but blogging changes you. So I'm sorry you can't see me, but I hope you can hear me okay, and get on it.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jenny. Yeah, and I think Jolene actually got booted off as well. So, yeah, and just one final thought. I'll share this too. Jolene just messaged me on Facebook and said, please say goodnight for me. Gosh darn it, she's kind of upset that she got booted off, right? She wanted to be able to wave and say goodbye to everyone. But let me share this too really quickly. There's someone that I know at a company that I used to be an affiliate for who actually found his long lost brother through blogging, right? So how powerful was that? How amazingly powerful was that? If you were searching for a family member you knew that you had out there, but you didn't know how to find them, talking about it, searching about it, things get seen, people get found, right? It's crazy. So that's another powerful example of how blogging can change people's lives, right? So I want to thank each and every single person who joined us tonight, whether it be live or whether you're watching the replay. Thank you for allowing myself and my awesome panelists, Miss Jolene, Jenny, Dee, and Cindy, to come into your heads, into your hearts, into your homes, and to share why we love blogging, why we love the MLSP Sites platform for blogging, and how just awesome and fun it is, and why you should have one too. And hopefully we've answered everyone's questions. I didn't see any specific questions in the chat, but if you have any questions about blogging, please get back to the person who invited you to this call, because I'm sure they'd be ecstatic and happy to answer those questions for you and share why it's so powerful for them as well. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Make sure you come back to this same website that you were invited to tonight. Make sure you come back to it next Sunday at 9 o'clock. Again, it will be connected to whoever invited you to it. And join us for our next live call next Sunday night, which will be May 8th, 2016, Mother's Day. Super excited about that, right? So join us on Mother's Day, and we'll be talking about something good next Sunday night. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic night. Click the link below to get started with the person that joined you here, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.